The Housing Secretary, Michael Gove, says he wants developers to pay up to £4 billion to fix dangerous cladding on medium-height blocks of flats identified in the wake of the Grenfell fire. Mr Gove says if they fail to cooperate, they could be taxed. Until now, the government had committed money to repair only taller buildings. The new proposals do not address other fire safety defects, though, such as missing fire breaks and flammable balconies. Our business correspondent, Sarah Corker, has more.
Removing dangerous cladding. The Grenfell tragedy exposed the scale of building safety failures across Britain. The government says it will pressure the construction sector to pay and protect innocent leaseholders.
Save state, Gove.
The Housing Secretary had strong words for property developers today. Pay up or we'll force you to.
To those who missold dangerous products like cladding or insulation, to those who cut corners to save cash as they developed or refurbished people's homes, and to those who sought to profiteer from the consequences of the Grenfell tragedy, we are coming for you.
But Labour says these measures focus on cladding and don't address the wider safety faults exposed since Grenfell.
Mr Speaker, you cannot make a building half safe. Given that he recognises the injustice of all leaseholders caught up in the building safety crisis, why is he abandoning those who are hit with bills for non-cladding defects?
People living in blocks under 18 metres will no longer have to pay to remove dangerous cladding. Until now, only blocks above that height were eligible for funding. Developers will be expected to pay for the £4 billion scheme or face legal or tax changes. There's also more money for fire alarms, a review of the scale of work actually needed, and leaseholders will have up to 30 years to sue builders for defects. At the moment, it's 6 years. These measures bring some relief for father of four Neil. He now won't have to foot the bill for cladding on this low-rise block in South London, but he fears he will still have to pay for other faults.
It seems like a step in the right direction, but at the same time the cladding section on our bill is only a third of the bill, so there's still 2/3 of other things that may need paying for, but that's still, you know, tens of thousands of pounds. That's still going to bankrupt people in our block.
There will be no new money from the Treasury for this, and it's unclear just how the government plans to pressure the industry to pay. Developers often argue they met building regulations at the time and so shouldn't have to bear these costs. The largest home builders have already allocated some funds for high-rise blocks.
Whatever proposals come forward have to be fair, have to be proportionate. And that means looking not just at the home builders, but beyond the home builders, that other parties who've been involved in the process, in particular the suppliers of the materials, which turned out not to be fit for purpose as far as we can understand.
The government has given construction firms a deadline of March to come up with a plan of action. But for thousands of people, the financial situation is already critical. Sarah Corker, BBC News.